Yes, so we'll basically do the hands-on on AWS RDS server. So before that, let's go to our AWS console. So we are into our AWS console. Just search RDS. Okay, first we need to create a database. Let's create a database. Full configuration we are going to do. I'll select the MySQL Community Edition. Further things we are not going to take because this is going to charge, enabling those things, enabling the extended support. We are going with the default version. You can choose whatever the version you like. And then these are the templates, which basically create or make the robust your EC2 instance or the RDS server. So production one is just for the production testing, dev testing, and QA one also you can create from here. We'll go with the sandbox. And then you can give your database name as well, or you can keep it this one as well. Let's keep it this one. Then the master name is admin. Okay. And you can provide the credentials as well. So I've created a separate document where to provide all these things. Just a note. Let's create a credential by ourselves as well. A, B, C, D, E, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So it again, A, B, C, D, E, 5. So A, B, C, D, E, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. This is our password going to be. Password authentication. Okay. DB-T4. This is the configuration that you will get. The bandwidth for your, basically this is for your RDS server. Okay. Then storage class type, you are going to get a SSD, GPU2. Allocated storage is 20 GB for this one. Means 20 GB of data it can store for now. And it can goes up to 6,144 GB. Okay.
Does it matter if we put in more here? Do we get charged more, or
Yep.
yeah?
But the thing is, it is just like even though if you put more, but the memory utilization is less. It depends on how frequent and how much amount magnitude of the data you are storing over it. It won't charge even if you are using 20 GB. The minimum cost you will be charged, but that's only based on the amount of storage you will take. Okay. But again, the second thought comes like the moment you entered, suppose 50. So 50 GB is separately allocated for you. So once the resource is allocated for you, the chances that this is based on the resource as well. So resource is being allocated, so they'll must be charging if you apply 6,144, the highest amount of the storage. So go with the minimum one if you think the data is not going to be too much, because these data that you collect will be in MB or KB barely. So it is not going to take too much of space unless your website is too famous and reaching the millions of traffic. Okay, for now we don't have any EC2 instance, so we'll go with the do not connect with. We can go with the private one, okay, or create your own VPC. Create my own, the database is created, you can't change it to VPC. Okay, what it is saying, a database is created. After the database is created, you can't change its VPC once. Yeah, that I know. It only saying that once the database get created, you won't be able to change it. Okay, create a new VPC, then create a new security group. Public access, yes, because I'm going to create an application which will be accessing from outside. So here I'm allowing public access. Then, oh, this is, we'll keep this one as default, and here we will be changing our, create a new VPC security group. So what name shall we give? We are keeping the same default VPC. Above on that one, we are creating a new security group. The reason behind creating a new security group is that we need to do a couple of changes in the inbound rule. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
we'll see that one. So let's give it a name, AWS underscore RDS underscore my app.
So if we would have just chose the public access, oh, we did choose the public access, but like if we don't choose a new security group, then anybody can access.
If you choose existing security group, right?
Right, and you
So you
select the
have to choose one security group. That's also fine. If you already created separate security group, you can choose from there. Okay. Either you create a new one here, or you create in the existing security group.
right.
Uh,
Is there existing one if we don't choose any?
no, you
No.
have to choose one. That's for sure. So
Okay.
choose the existing from the existing one. If you create a separate one, you can choose from there.
Okay.
Okay. So just go over here, security group, and you can create your own. Create a
Mm-hmm.
security group from here.
Okay.
Okay. Availability zone. Let's give it a one availability zone. Then RDS proxy. We don't want such things. You can give a tag as well, but we'll keep it as it is. Database standard database. That's all. Let's create it. So now it is in the phase of creating it. If I'll go inside, I can see the endpoints. Then internet access gateway right now it is disabled. IAM authentication disabled. So here we need to connect with our EC2 instance. Then this is our security group, right? And this is
Mm-hmm.
our database. So if you will go inside the security group, click on this one. So this is the inbound rule. So it is assigned to a particular IP address, right? Only
Mm-hmm.
single one. Since we are going to access our application through our EC2 instance, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So EC2 instance is going to be act as a mediator between our app RDS and our app. So, and
Okay.
we don't know which IP address it is going to use. So we'll just keep it anywhere, IPv4. Okay.
But wouldn't this just allow everything?
Everything, yeah, anyone can access it. That's the issue. So every company has their own CIDR range, and they will give you that one. That the application for the testing purpose should go under such things.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go and create our EC2 instance.
So you
Mm-hmm.
said we're gonna use the EC2 instance
Mm-hmm.
to access the RDS. Then why don't we
Correct.
just
Provide the IP address of the our.
IP address of the EC2 instance instead?
You can do that one.
Okay.
So we are yet to launch. Okay. My web app. Okay. Let's go with Amazon Linux. I'll choose the least configured one. You can go with without keep here as well. And then after we are going to allow HTTP traffic over here. So just click on allow. Why we are doing so? Because our application is going to run on HTTP, right? So we have
Mhm.
to allow this one. Rest all the configuration is okay and launch it. Great. Connect with the instance. Great. So we got connected with our instance. So what are we going to do? We required one application. Okay. And
Mhm.
I find one application which basically uses a database. So that application, all the setups I have mentioned in this document from the starting till the ending. Okay. So the this is the Docker image that we are going to use. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so let's do it. Sudo yum update -y. So first let's update the server.
Sir, is this like updating the system? Is this like
Just
common practice usually, like before doing anything?
yeah, it's a common practice. Because
Okay.
what happens, some of the things, if something is incomplete in between the process, that somewhat hamper your existing DLLs or any existing files, okay, or they are in the semi state or not fully completed. So update means either they will be cancelled or it will be complete. So based
Okay.
on that, it all the dependencies, see all the dependencies resolved means if it has to go remove something, it will remove it. If it has to upload something, it will do it that one as well. And
Okay.
your OS will be always be updated one. So it's just a
And you
general
explain
practice. Mhm.
and you explain what was the difference between the Yum and APT? It's the different distributions, or
No, no, no. Yeah, yeah. See, Linux has couple of distributions, right? We
right?
have this CentOS, we have REHL, and then we have this Ubuntu, and then we have what is the other one we are using? Amazon Linux. Okay.
Linux, yes.
So in Amazon Linux, you can use the yum part. In Ubuntu, we use the apt part. In
Mm-hmm.
REHL, we use the DNF. That's it.
Okay.
Everything, rest of the things will remain the same. Okay.
Okay.
So all the basic command of Linux will remain the same. The only thing that changes based on the kind of the Linux distribution that you are using.
Okay.
Okay. Sudo yum install Docker. Let's install the Docker. Yes. So if you see the document, we have installed our Docker. Then we need to start the Docker. Hmm. So if you imagine like creating the full CI/CD pipeline, so you can see you have the application, create the image out of it, put that image in the Docker Hub, get the image of Docker Hub into your server where the RDS is connected, and then pull that image and then do the function. It will automatically connect with the RDS. So this whole task you can automate using the script either in Jenkins or in Azure DevOps or in GitHub itself. That is called GitHub operation, GitOps. Okay,
Yeah.
so let us start. Sudo systemctl start docker. So once you install it, you need to start it, and we can see the status also. Status. So it is saying active and running, right?
Mm. Yes.
Okay. Once we are done with them, then we need to pull the image. Okay. Before that, you need to make a Docker as a user group. Okay. You need to see Docker right now is separated from this user. So this user is actually not having the access of Docker. So you need to give permissions, make user mod AJ group Docker. That Docker should know that this user group is actually using your is going to use the Docker. So whosoever the user is, okay, if you are unable to use the Docker, create the user group and add that user to the Docker group. This is the best practice. Most of the people face issue while pulling or pushing the Docker image, they are getting a lot of error. Why? Because this user is not added to the Docker library. This user has to get added first in this Docker group, and then he can perform the all Docker commands. Got it?
Okay. Yes.
And then what do we have? Sudo pull, and this is the image name. Okay, this is the whole image name, and we
Mm-hmm.
know pull. We are aware of this to pull the
Yeah.
image of this one from the Docker Hub.
Yes. So you're saying this
Mhm.
is something I should do every time that create a user group, like whenever I'm automating a script?
Only one time in the beginning, if you are a Docker user. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the moment you install the Docker, let the Docker know that you are the one of the Docker user group.
Okay.
Okay, because it happens sometimes that Docker does not give you the permission the moment you install it to use the Docker
Mm-hmm.
commands. So that's why you need to add the user into the Docker group.
Mm-hmm.
So now we are waiting for pulling the app, extracting all the commands. So see, whatever the image you are using, you should be knowing that this image, what is the port number this image is using. Like this is using, for now, this is using 3000. Okay.
Where does it say that?
Oh, you need to check on the Docker Hub. Okay. Whatever the app, this is just a specific one. I don't know whether it will show it. No? I've used long time back. So if you go to the Docker Hub, you need to check the detail about that because you need to run it locally, right? If you
Mm-hmm.
are going to run it locally, then you need to. Tit, 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 tit. No worries, need to find out. There are these much of results, so it will take time. But anyway, I'm just giving the one example that whatever the image you are using, you should be aware of. Suppose this image, if I'm going to use, I should be knowing the which port number it is using. For more detail, visit into the documentation, see their documentation. Somewhere they will mention the port number. I can't see right now for this one. Oh, it's a Node.js. So Node.js has some default port number that everyone knows. It's not a big deal. Okay. So if it is a private repository like the mine one, my hub, if I go into that one. So since I have pushed, I have not written the description about this one. Generally, you will get the description that this image is running on which port number. You can put the
Okay.
description for the future reference. Okay, let's come back. We have pulled the image. Now let's try to connect with our RDS server. So if you go to the database, see this is the connection that they are trying to give you. That the connection step MySQL -h data one. You need to provide database. This is the
And the port.
database actual name. Okay, along with that credentials and all. This is known as host name. Okay, along with that, this is the default port number
Mm-hmm.
3306. Then admin, the username, and you remember the password that we used, ABCDE12345.
Yes.
And this is doing the SSL certification part. Yeah, continue.
Okay. What did you say about the name? You said this is the host. What? What's the
Yeah,
term?
this is the host name, the actual host name, which is
Okay.
up to this much. Okay. Earlier, this is known as ARN number. Okay. Now they have changed so much into this one. Earlier, this was very much horizontal and easy to pick up. Now they have added couple of things and made everything horizontal. Earlier, it was vertical. It was easy
Okay.
to access. If you watch any of the videos on RDS previously, you will find those things.
You
But
mean horizontal and vertical like scaling, right?
like, no, not scaling. This one syntax part. I mean, the UI
Oh,
one.
okay. Okay,
So
okay.
this was separate. You were not getting this one connection part. They do not mention. You need to do it. So earlier, what
Okay.
I used to do, I used to do like this. So first I run the image, and for that one you require MySQL. See, they are saying
Mm-hmm.
the MySQL you required, but they have not mentioned it that your EC2 instance right now does not have the MySQL.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So we need to first get the MySQL. If I do Docker images, it will show error because I have not written sudo. So we have one image, but if I do Docker sudo Docker pg, sorry, what was the PS? Yeah, sudo Docker PS. So right now there is no container which is running,
Right.
right? Now let's get our SQL first. So what is this command? Docker run basically pull the image and run it. Interactive
Mm-hmm.
mode. Okay.
Yeah.
RM means
And
remove this image, which is basically once you use it, do not keep it in the running basis.
okay.
And MySQL hyphen H. This is the you have to change this part. This is basically the same one. MySQL hyphen H,
Mm-hmm.
and this one you copy up to here. We'll copy it. Control V. Oops, we didn't copy. Control C. Control V. Okay, MySQL hyphen H database one. This part and hyphen U admin. This is for the new line slash admin, and then this is the password. You can give the password exactly, or you can give the password later on as well.
Okay.
So let's go back to our EC2 instance, paste it. One thing we have missed to write, and that was sudo, and press enter. So it is not getting the image of MySQL locally. So now it is getting this
The
image
late.
from Docker Hub, and then it will
Yeah.
run it in the interactive mode. But before
Mm-hmm.
that, it will ask the password. Let's wait for that one. A, B, C, D, E, 1, 2, 3, 5. See, now we are connected to MySQL.
Right.
If I do show databases, so see, we have this
Mm.
information, MySQL, performance. Right now, we have not connected, means the actual database that we are using. It is not showing
Mm-hmm.
that one unless we do some kind of a command that I'll show you. For now, let's just exit from here. It just for the purpose that you have successfully connected with RDS.
Okay.
Okay, so
Now within RDS, we're gonna have our specific database that we need to
correct,
connect to.
correct. So let's exit this one. Okay,
Is it,
now we need to. Mhm.
is there ever a
Yeah,
situation when you might have two different databases?
there are a lot.
Okay.
There can be thousands of databases. You just use the command use database. So which database it will use, and then you do the further command.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll show you that one as well. No worries. Now let's run our this one Docker run rm hyphen p is for the port number. We are going to
Uh-huh.
run on port 80, doing the port mapping actually from 3000 to port 80. Then new line. Mhm.
So did the port number, the default port number, it said that we have to put here, isn't it 3306? Because on the AWS
Correct.
website it
Hmm.
says that.
Yeah.
So we have to change it, right? Okay.
Uh, this one you are saying. See, that is
Yeah,
the
because
port number of your RDS. This is the port number of this. application.
Oh, container. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Never
Okay.
mind. Okay, okay.
So
So,
since we are going to run this application on our
uh-huh.
browser, so that's why we are doing the port mapping.
So, okay, so just to
Hmm.
clear out,
Hmm.
where do you use the RDS port number?
We generally
Do
don't use that one, the one that is showing over here. Okay, this part. You can either
right,
use this whole step. Okay, here, the one that we have used, this part. This part you can change it to this
okay.
line. Yeah, replace with this line. Or even if you
So,
do up to this much, that's
uh-huh.
so I told you now they have implemented a lot of things. So this port number 3306, if did they mention in the security group? No, not
So
in the
my
security
purpose of
group.
asking
Hmm.
is like, is it important for me to know the port number of the
See,
RDS?
if you will always be having that port number with you, 3306, here it is. So
Right.
this is basically the port number of this. Edit the inbound rule. So if you see, so whatever the access coming from the application, so this one will allow any application to access the RDS, and
Uh,
this first go to this port number and then get this unique RDS one.
right.
Okay. So you need
Okay.
not to remember while creating the
Oh,
security group, it automatically fill it.
okay. Yeah, that's what
Okay.
I was asking. So I don't need to specifically work with the,
You need not to specifically write anywhere else.
but
But you
you
can
just mentioned.
use, if you want, you can use this whole line and replace the one that I showed you. Okay. It will
uh,
run the same way. Okay. Nothing changes. You will see.
So
It will
by
still
chance, if
be
the port is busy, we can change it and then we can use it through a different port, even
correct.
RDS or something. Okay.
Yeah. Now let's go back to our command. So it is saying sudo docker run rm -p. So we are doing the port mapping over here.
Right.
Okay. And then you have the DB host, which is the
Mm-hmm.
ARN number full, the one
Yes.
that I showed you over here. It's the same one. Then user is our admin, and the
Mm-hmm.
password that we have used is not this. A B C D E 1 2 3 4 5. This is the password that we have used, and our database name is database one.
Mm-hmm.
So change this Control C to this Control V. Okay. Database one
Yes.
we are using, and this is the image. So what it is doing, it is connecting your image to the database.
Database. Okay.
So whatever the incoming data is coming from this image, the application one, it will reflect in your database. So let's just copy this one.
And it's connecting to the image, not the container. Oh, because we're not even running a
It will
container.
create the container, no? Docker run.
It will
Doc
create. So
and do
is
we
it
are doing the port mapping, so it means
right?
the container kept on running on this port number.
Yes.
No need to use the detached part over here.
No detach.
No. Until if port number is not there, then you have to use the detach mode. If port number is there, then you don't have to use the detach part.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Otherwise, will happen? Your terminal will get exit. Will need to be continuously running if you're not using
Uh,
the detach part.
Also another question. So
Mhm.
now that our data RDS, is it connected to the image? So any container that we're gonna run with that image, it's gonna connect it to that, or is it connected to a specific container and every time we
Specific
run,
container.
okay, specific container.
Yep.
Okay. So it's not attached to the image directly, but it's attached to the container running from that
Correct.
image. Okay.
Because this is going to create container out of it. Okay.
Right, right.
So
Yes.
every time if you want to, if suppose one time you did and you remove the container, again
Mm-hmm.
you need to run this command and it will create another container. Okay.
Okay.
If the previous container is still running and you created another container, RDS will be connected to the this one as well. But again, you
Okay.
have to do the port mapping because both the application can't run in a single port.
Same port. Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. Clear with the commands. Any question?
Yes, no, it's
So
fine.
if this one shows, means your application runs successfully. So what
Right.
we have to do, we just take the public IP address, Control C, go over here. Since we do not have localhost, right? That's why you are
Mm-hmm.
using the public IP address. And press enter. And see, this is the application.
Okay.
Okay. Now,
Good question. Where
mhm,
did this app? Oh, never. Wait, where did this application come from?
the image that we pulled, someone created this one,
Okay, okay,
okay,
the image.
and created
Okay.
the image out of it.
Yeah.
So
Okay, just
if
making.
I do
Yeah.
avsky212@gmail.com, click on add and show. So see, it is
Yeah.
showing my name. I can delete it
Yeah.
as well.
It's
You can
added to the.
write navi at the rate gmail.com and add the user and show all the contacts. So we have
Mhm.
two contacts.
Okay.
Okay, this is the kind of application they have built. Okay, there is no my role. Okay, I'm just stealing their application for the testing
Uh,
purpose.
Sir, quick question.
Hmm.
Remember how we said that every time if like you have some data in EC2, if the instance is deleted or anything, then you lose the
Hmm.
data. And then we talked
Right.
about how you need to keep the volume if you want to keep.
Hmm.
When we connect to RDS and the
Hmm.
data over there, then it doesn't matter. Like if the container image, like if the container is like the
Deleted.
related, the database will still have everything that we had, right?
Yes. Right.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you'll just go over here, go below, see the replication. This is the replica part, but
Uh-huh.
I'm looking for the snapshot. So if you go to the monitoring log configuration management, click on the maintenance and the backup. So maintenance auto mirror version is enabled. It means it keep mirroring your data every time. Okay.
Okay.
So there is a, you need to do a little bit configuration over here. So pending maintenance, there is nothing so far. Backup enable every day. Automatically your backup will be enabled.
Okay.
Okay. And the below one is the snapshot. So this snapshot you can use for the later purpose, or you can
Right.
explicitly create a snapshot of your database every time.
And backup and snapshot is different, or does that
Different.
mean different? Okay.
I mean, this is just kind of an image of your database. Okay. And
Hmm.
backup is like every time storing your data on a single hub so that you can ask the AWS user or the any AWS customer, they'll help you to restore the data. So for you can either get it through this snapshot or you can get it through the customer one because I don't see any uh, access
But the purpose is
to
same,
get the,
right? We use
yeah,
the
purpose is the
image.
same.
Okay, okay, okay. To
Purpose is
rebuild
absolutely. Hmm.
the database. Okay,
Yep.
okay.
Here you have to do explicitly. Okay, this is not automatically, and this is part is automated.
And you said you have to get it from the Amazon customer?
Yeah, because honestly, when I was trying, I didn't get any option to retrieve the data. Okay, any button or something through the backup that it is showing, even though your data is getting backed up, but I
Yeah.
didn't
So
get
how
it. So in that situation, you need to get connect with the customer, AWS customer, and those are very friendly and very much available. Just ask them, give your uh, account ID, this one, this account ID, and they will get your data. Either they will tell you how to do it, or they will try to help you to retrieve your data.
so you mean customer service or
Customer
customer?
service, customer service,
Okay, okay, okay.
AWS
Yeah, that's
customer service.
like,
Why would I
why
say
would I?
customer?
Right, okay, okay, okay. Makes sense. Because I was like, why would user have a copy of the database like
No.
that? Okay, 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 okay. Makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, let's try to get in touch with our database and see the data is reflecting over here or not.
Okay.
So let's go back to our SQL interactive mode. Okay. Show databases. So see, now our database is showing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I'll say use database one. Okay, database changed. Now show tables. So see, this is the contact table. So if you see in this application, this is the contact tab, right?
Right.
So internally, the backend part is a contact, the table where
Mm-hmm.
it is all getting stored.
Yes.
Now if I do select star from
Content.
contacts, okay,
Sure.
so it will show my name and
Navigate.
your name, the one that we have set over here. If I'll delete
Sounds.
one, okay, and let's see, the updated part is done. See,
Yes.
so we are able to access through this server, not directly through RDS, where this data is being stored in your RDS. Okay.
Right.
And you are accessing it through your EC2 instance server
Yes.
and your
Will this call
application.
jump host?
Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, yeah, go
Sorry.
ahead.
Will this be called a jump host in this?
No, 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 no.
Okay. No. Okay.
Jump
We're just.
host is the one that helper. It's just a mediator kind of the
Okay.
server through which you are accessing the data. So
Okay.
everyone, none of people should have the access of RDS, only the admin. If anyone wants to access the database, they have to go through this one.
Okay.
So, okay. Do their queries, get the data from here, but do not, they won't be able to get the whole access of this database. Otherwise, they can delete it or do anything. Right. If
Well,
I'll
sir, so
refresh. Mhm.
accessing the database through that, we are still able to, are we able to manipulate the database through that EC2 instance?
Yeah, someone can come and do the modify and change the credential. That's the first part. If I'll go over here, see, I can go and change the credentials.
No, sir, I was saying like, where we have the Linux, right? The Amazon
Mm-hmm.
Linux.
Now
So
this one,
you're saying, yeah, so you're saying when we access the database in the RDS through this,
hmm
then you cannot change. So what is the difference? You're saying this is safer
see,
because nobody can
this
change the
is only
credentials.
for accessing the data entries. Okay, you
Right.
cannot modify the data explicitly, like changing the password, uh, the one that I showed you. All these things,
Right.
instant type, storage type. You cannot modify all these things through EC2 instance. What you can do, you can just query over here. So
And we
RDS is
cannot.
just like a Oracle database given to you, where you have to query through and this is the terminal through where you query and get the data from the RDS. So dev, QA, everyone is having the access of this server instead of the direct
Uh-huh.
access to the RDS.
Right. So in when we are here, are
Hmm.
we able to are we able to change data too or just retrieval? Is this for just retrievals?
You can change it as well. You can
Change it as
append the
well.
data. Yeah,
So you're saying we cannot, okay, so technically you're saying the RDS is like getting control of the all the databases in the
data.
system.
Correct.
Okay. But this will still allow you to manipulate data and retrieve and query
Yeah,
anything. Okay, okay.
right.
Makes sense.
So if I'll go over here, go to the database. So you can see the connectivity is not two connection. One connection is
Yeah,
through your app, other connection is through your EC2 instance.
yes.
Okay. And the one that
And this
I,
is the part you were talking about? Oh,
sorry,
okay.
go ahead.
Yeah. You know how you mentioned monitoring earlier?
Yeah, yeah,
So
this is the one monitoring part that I mentioned. So data bus, when how much byte of data is being used, you can see up to 3.025 kilobyte of data is being used. Okay.
Mhm.
And this is the burst percentage, a lot of things you required. CPU credit balance, how much CPU is being used suddenly, credit used. This is the balance and this is the used credit.
Mhm.
Then a lot of things is here, okay, which are not too much important for us right now. EBS volume, basically the volume of your EC2 instance. And we have barely used, I mean, it is showing the 100%. It means we are getting, so whatever the data you will use, it will show this. If I reduce something from there, then it will show the percentage of EBS volume is being used. Right now, 20 GB is allocated to us, right? And that 20
But what,
GB we are using. So
oh, so
chances,
as
yeah,
using as well?
sorry. That
We
is,
have 20% that's allocated, but
hmm,
we are not using the whole, right? But it's
correct.
saying,
So
yeah.
disk queue depth, you can see from this. So you are negligible of using this one. This is the miniest one, 0. This is showing the top one that 100% data is being allocated to you, but this is the usage, the
Oh,
moment
okay,
you
okay.
used.
Makes sense.
So in this way, so a lot of things here. You can just create your own. Okay.
Mhm.
There's not too much important, but you can customize this part. You
Okay.
can connect with the CloudWatch as well. So this is the kind of a CloudWatch, the one that you are talking about. Can we see
Mhm.
the if we increase the load on CPU, where we will see that those things. So here you will see.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll have a separate session for the CloudWatch. Okay, and you
Yes.
can see the logs. Okay, finish the database backup, everything. Database instance is created, database instance restarted, deleted, shut down, everything.
Mhm.
Okay, you can go into the log as well and see the log. So far there is no error, so that's why it is not showing anything. If there any error comes, it will show over here, error logs. Then configuration, this is specifically for your database. These are the configuration that you have currently. Okay. If you will change or modify anything, everything will reflect over here. So if you want to know how much database this space is given to, you can just come to the configuration and see over here.
Yeah.
In this way, they have added a lot many things, data migration also. So you can migrate your data from one RDS to other RDS.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there
So
a number
will
of databases that we can have
is there
running
a
at the
number of EC2
time?
instance? Sorry, I didn't
Sorry?
get you. Go ahead.
I said, is there is there any specific number that this much databases can be running simultaneously in RDS at the same time, or
Up to
it
20 GB it can handle. If your database are running or using the data under 20 GB, it's fine. But if it is using more than 90 or 95%, it is start alarming. And then you start getting the messages that increase the database, upgrade your database. So you will
okay.
come here to modify and then go down and from 20 to 30, 40, whatever you want, you can increase it and do the modifier.
So, sir,
Continue.
when you might make these type of changes in your job, do we have to get any type of approval, or like is that your
Yes, you required approval. All these are locked. No one can come. Only the DevOps engineer, main DevOps engineer is having the access of this one. So if you want to increase your data, or the IT engineer also, if you want to increase the database size, you have to request, create a ticket for that one, provide the all the uh, this one evidence that the data is actually database is actually required, and this is the amount of data is already been exhausted, space
Mhm.
already been exhausted. So with that note, we have finished the setup of this one. You can do with your own application too. Create your own application like this, which uses a contact form also will work. Create a contact
Mhm.
form, okay, which shows here also, and then we'll connect, create an image of that one, put it in the Docker Hub, and apply the same step.
I just want to confirm you have a database like code in your like tables and stuff, right? In the application code.
Yes, I mean
Okay, that
even it will be in this format, okay. Then also the output will be seen in the form of table. Next time when we will tomorrow when we will do the DynamoDB, you will see the output is different. Even the configuration part is different. Okay, right now, if you even if you are querying everything, you are getting in the tabular format, right?
Right.
So in case of that contact form that you will create, you will get the data in the tabular format.
Okay.
Okay, you don't have to do anything. You just create the contact form. Okay, where you can see
Right.
how many people added their contacts.
Mm-hmm.
And those data, when we'll try to access over here, it will show in the form of table. Okay, you
Okay.
don't have to create anything like that. You just create a form which accepts some amount of data from the user.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay, with that note, it's all been done. Let me just remove all the any questions that you have.
Probably not today. Let me just
Yeah,
do
yeah,
it
try it by yourself.
and see if I have a
Mm,
question tomorrow.
sure.
And I'll redo the ASG and ALB as well,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then